Join me inside my writing yurt. Come on. Let's turn to our next question. This comes from Lewis W. in Michigan. And he asks, what does verb tense consistency mean? Now, verb tense consistency is what we could call an intermediate or even an advanced topic in grammar. So in, for instance, our basic cozy grammar course, we do talk about verb tenses, but we don't spend too much time on the question of verb tense consistency. We will be talking about this in the intermediate grammar course, which we are in the process of revising to be released hopefully sometime soon. You can learn more about when that will be appearing by signing up for our newsletter, or even just emailing us if you're curious to learn more. However, the question of verb tense consistency is actually quite important at all levels and can be explained quite easily and directly. There are two things to keep in mind: verb tense and consistency. So what is a verb tense? Here's a very quick review. Verb tense simply is the form that a verb takes to show what time the action of the verb is happening in. So the simplest tenses are the past, the present, and the future. For example, before this call, I picked some flowers. Here, the verb pick is in the past tense, picked, because I did it in the past. I did it before we got together on this call. Here's the present tense. I arrange the flowers, or I am arranging the flowers. Here, the action is happening right now in the present. Therefore, we use the present tense. And suppose I say, I will enjoy the flowers all day long. Here I'm using the future tense, will enjoy, to talk about something that will happen in the future. So verb tense has to do simply with when an action happened, is happening, or will happen. Now, verb tense consistency simply means using the same tense of a verb when talking about the same time. In other words, we want to use the same tense when referring to the same time of an action. So for example, I could say, before this call, I picked some flowers, put them in a vase, and set them on top of the stove. All of these verbs are in the past tense because all of those actions happened at the same time before we got on this call together. Therefore, all of those verbs are consistent with each other. But suppose I said, before this call, I picked some flowers, arranged them in a vase, and will put them on the stove. Notice that I've used 3 different tenses, even though I was talking about the same time. I said picked, so we were in the past. But then I said arrange, implying I'm talking about something happening right now. And then I said will put, which suggests something happening in the future. This means that I have a sentence which is quite confusing. Am I talking about the past? Am I talking about the present? Am I talking about the future? Who knows? This is why verb tense consistency is so important. It has to do with being clear with our readers or with somebody listening to us when what we're talking about happened or is happening or will happen. So a fancy term like verb tense consistency isn't just about being correct or being grammatical. It's about being clear. It's about serving the intention to connect with other people through our spoken or our written language. So those are the pieces of verb tense consistency. Of course, we can easily think of more complicated examples. But if you keep the basic principle in mind, the same tense for the same time, you'll do just fine. I hope, Lewis W., that helps to answer your question what does verb tense consistency mean?